Another day, another tips. Hello everyone, Camille Sarati VA here. So for today's topic ng ating VA tips, turo ko sa inyo yung mga roles and responsibilities ng isang influencer outreach specialist. So let's start with number one. This is the common and most task daily task ng isang influencer specialist. Okay, so first is researching influencers. So since we are collaborating and building relationship with the influencers, as an influencer marketing specialist, we are tasked to find influencers or right influencers for the brand. Okay, so this is one of your daily tasks with your client, and this means you will be checking aligned influencers to the brand. So you have to know what is the niche, what is the value or the goals of the brand for you to be able to find the right influencer. So in finding the right influencers, you will be checking the engagement rate, the content style, and the audience quality. So we don't just want an influencer with just high followers and doesn't align with the brand value. So it's really important that if we are looking for an influencers for the brand, it should be aligned to what they are looking for. It should be aligned to the goals, to the type of content that is fit for the brand. For number two is outreach and communication. So as an influencer marketing specialist, you will be assigned in crafting DMs, emails, email templates for you to be able to reach out to the influencer. So whenever we reach out to the influencer, it should not be templated, okay? You should still create or tweak the message in a way that the influencer should relate and should feel it authentic. Hindi siya yung tipong parang robotic or AI yung dating na we're just reaching out to them. Okay? So, the outreach template that you will be creating is just a guide for you. So it's just a guide on how you will reach out to them. However, when it comes to actual reaching out to the influencers, you can tweak some of the messages, like include some of the good content that a certain influencer is doing on their social media platforms. Okay, and in the outreach, what will happen is that you are showing or telling the influencer what the brand is and why we are reaching out to them, why we think that they are fit to our brand, and we offer the collaboration to them. So it's really important that we build the first impression so that they can see, if we presented the brand very well to them, they might get hooked in collaborating with them or partnering with us, even if it's just a gifting campaign. Number three, roles or responsibilities of an influencer is negotiation and collaborations. Yes, you will be assigned or you will be in charge in negotiating with the influencer when it comes to the collaboration. Since you are the one who reached out to them, once they responded, you will be responding as well to their messages or emails, depending on the communication, the tone of the communication that we have with the influencers, and until you get a yes to them or until we get a close deal with them. So if you will be running a paid collaboration, so you will be negotiating with the rates and the timelines, the deliverables, and etc. But if it's for gifting, you will be collaborating or negotiating with them that we will be sending out a product in exchange for content review or a shout out on their social media channels. Number four is tracking campaigns. This is very important, no? So in tracking campaigns, this is somehow the report will be done, okay? So why is it important that you have to track the campaigns? For you to be able to see or get an overview of how the campaign is doing. If it's really working, if it's worth it that we are running this kind of campaign, so those are the things that we have to check. So when tracking the campaigns, you will check if, for example, you send out 50 samples and then we already received 35 content. So it means we still have 15 content creators or influencers that need to submit their contents to us. And out of 35, how many contents are good, or how many influencers created good contents, and if we provided an affiliate link, so how many from them generated sales through their content. So those are the things that we have to check when it comes to tracking the campaigns or tracking the influencer marketing campaigns. Okay. Number five is relationship building. Since we are the influencer outreach specialist or coordinator or manager, whatever we call us, so it's really important that we build a relationship with the influencers. Why? Is it because collaborating with the influencers, especially if gifting campaign, shouldn't be a transactional collaboration? Why do I mean by transactional? So transactional, it means one-time collaboration only. So it's not that. So when we collaborate with the influencers, especially for gifting, we nurture them. We make them feel that they are valued, that they are important, and we see them as our partner. Okay. One of the things that I do is to comment on their social media channels, connect with them, follow their social media channels. Okay. And then when they created content for us, we acknowledge it. We can share it we can repost it on our stories. We can also repost it on our feed. We just have to ask their permission. And then other thing is that even though the collaboration already ended, we still connect with them by liking their social media contents or by, just commenting on their social media posts. Okay. So, and another thing is that, when we collaborate with the influencer, it's really important that we give them credits on the social media channels, because sometimes the brand or the social media manager forget about it, that like forget tagging the influencer when we post their content. So last one is reporting and insights. So finally, you will summarize the campaign performances. I've told you a while ago that, like the tracking of campaigns. In addition to the tracking of campaigns, you will be using a spreadsheet to monitor everything. So if the influencer already submitted the content and how's the performance, and then so that from that we can be able to crack the reports that we will be doing. So when about the reporting and insights, so we will be analyzing among the influencers that we have collaborated with, who's the influencer that really performed really well, and then the content, and then the content as well. So if the content really works well on their social media channels, like if they gathered more views, if we have generated a lot of followers from their post. Another thing is that if influencer is very approachable, like easy to communicate with, easy to to do the collaboration or the partnership with, because sometimes you will be encountering a lot of influencers that are unresponsive, especially for the gifting campaign. So it is important that you should know, or you should know how to qualify a certain influencer. So when you become an influencer marketing specialist, one of the tasks or the skills that you should hone or develop is qualifying the right influencers. So as a person that is assigned in looking or targeting the right influencer, you should practice and attain the skills of qualifying the influencer. So how do you qualify them? First, if they are active on their social media channels. So you can really see if they are very consistent in posting on their social media channels, and followers as well, if they are fake, if they are a lot of fake, or if they're organic. So you can see that. How do you identify that? You can see that when you check the followers, if you see a lot of profiles that doesn't have a profile photo, it means a certain influencer might have a lot of fake followers. It means that they bought followers for them to get the certain amount of followers that they want. And then another thing is that on the comment section, like on a certain post, how can you say, or how can you check if the influencer is really having an organic engagement? Is that on the type of comments. You will notice some of the comments that are just very general. The comments doesn't reflect or doesn't align to what the content is all about, because as a social media manager before, I know that some of the influencers are joining this engagement community where they are engaging to each other, okay? Get high engagement rate, and then what you call this, the algorithm, they can really hit the Instagram algorithm. So I've done that before for some of my clients, and to tell you honestly, it's not really that good. Well, it can really help when it comes to attaining the algorithm, or hitting the algorithm on Instagram, but when it comes to engagement wise, it's not really helping, because the comments will be coming from the persons or the other influencers, other people that are using social media to gain engagement, to gain followers. That's it. So it's not really that organic. So yeah, I think that's all the roles and responsibilities that I can say as an influencer marketing specialist based on my experience. However, there are some roles as well that a certain influencer marketing specialist do. Sometimes if you're already in the role, like if you're working with a client, sometimes they add some tasks that you might not know at the moment, but you can develop those skills and those knowledge as well. So I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. There's another day, another tip.